Welcome to SFPen, your preeminent source for space and defense news and all things tangentially related. We're your hosts, loyal to the foil here at Houston Mission Control, and we've got Alara of Sirius in low Earth orbit, and we're here live every Sunday night.
Woohoo! Space Force News number 27. I believe we are live, but I'm not positive because my chat isn't routing in. So let me see what is happening here.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, man.
What up, space peeps?
Let me see what's going on over here.
Right, are we live on Foxhole? I don't know if
We
we're
need
live
to
on
check.
Foxhole.
Will you check and see where we're live, Foil? Because it's not.
I am looking. Yeah.
According to what I'm seeing, we're not live on DLive or Twitch. I don't know why that is. So.
Yeah, I see Foxhole up.
I wonder if I should toggle it off and toggle it back on for DLive and Twitch.
Yeah, maybe. Hold on, let me look.
Let me try that real quick.
Yeah, I do
Man,
not
we got
see us on DLive.
Yeah, so let me toggle it off and toggle it back on. See if works.
Just personal experience. For whatever reason, whenever I would try to stream to Twitch, it would always mess up everything else.
Right? It's not connecting to DLive, so we are not on DLive, but I think we are on Twitch, Foxhole, and Pill.net and YouTube right now. So.
Well,
yeah.
hello.
I don't know what's going on there. Let me see if I. Oh.
Hello, people who are here.
Okay, yeah, I think the chat is starting to route in. Let's hope. Let me see if I can pull up.
I just got a DLive notification. It's up.
It's up?
It is
Man,
up.
we're gonna win if it takes us all night, friends. Give me 1 second here.
All right. Woohoo.
Right? We don't let the Archons get us. We're not about that.
Man, they are at us though.
For reals.
Don't get it confused.
Okay. It looks like we're up on Foxhole. Everything's good to go there. Good evening, Foxhole. Good to see you guys. Hello, everyone. Hi, Keystone. Hi, Nicholas. Amanda. Hey, good to see you, Amanda. Fearless, Gina, Divine Fractal, Morning Flower. Chef Matt, Monkey Business, US Anon, Patricia. It's good to see you guys. Leah, Desert Fire, D Patriot, Dawn, Great Lakes, Kermugden. Oh, that's nice. That's interesting. And I can't say Ann Q Van Qua. We're going to have to find some kind of abbreviation for your name, friend, because that's just, I don't know how that's going to work out. So yeah, here we are, Space Force News. Sorry about all the madness in the beginning. Number 27. And yeah, I'm feeling spry tonight, Foil. How are you? I am your host.
She is.
Yeah, I am your host, Alara of Sirius Obstreperous. You guys know Obstreperous, Alara, right? That's when I get real crunk and it gets interesting. Okay.
She's amped.
Yeah, I bought some Kona coffee, truthfully, and I drank it.
Oh, well, that seems like a reasonable assumption there.
When it's not the Costco coffee, it's very exciting. It tastes good. I can drink it black. I enjoy it. Hanging out with my birds, and I get all amped. It's great. So yeah, I'm your host.
They're out
there? Yeah, they're out there. They got a little nest and everything now. They're good. Yeah, they're all shacked up. I am your host. We'll do this again. Alara of Sirius, here with my co-host, Loyal to the Foil. And you
what
are
up,
watching,
Space Peeps?
Right? It's good to see all of you. We love our Sunday nights. This is wonderful. Lots of good stuff going on. We got some interesting words coming from the Space Force. So that's going to be...
About that time.
Right? Because, so for those of you that don't know, I have a Telegram channel I started not too long ago. So it's kind of like my Twitter feed now because I'm kind of allergic to Facebook, much like Kate. So it's my command center. And the commander has decided to start a UFO disclosure countdown, right? Because the 180 days, and we're down, I believe today's 110. I posted it on my Telegram. And I'm updating it every day. I'm really on one about this. So, in fact, I will be on White Hat's channel tomorrow night talking about UFO disclosure and aliens.
That's super exciting,
yeah,
right?
Right. I can't wait. That's going to be exciting. Yeah, love hanging out with White
Hat.
So yeah, that's going to be good stuff. What's going on with you, Foil? I see you have a Dr. Seuss shirt. That's amazing.
Oh, you know.
I love how she doesn't rep Space Force News. She never has a Space Force News shirt.
I'm working on it, man.
But she's got
an Amazon
She's
addiction.
got a Dr. Seuss shirt the day after the meme starts up. She's already got
I
that.
also have a bunch of Dr. Seuss books now, magically.
Man, where'd you get those? You got a dealer or what? Hey, hook me up, man.
Right.
Seriously. Clown world, guys. We live in a clown world.
Yeah. I have a dealer for canceled cultural artifacts.
Okay, so for the show tonight, I got my chapstick, lipstick, whatever it is. Have it. Okay. Too much coffee. Too much covfefe.
You are amped.
I know.
Like,
I'm flying. Yeah, I'm flying. All right, so topics tonight: Space Force Declass strategy. Are we preparing for, what is it, June 25th? Is that what we're preparing for?
Hashtag tell the truth.
Yeah, hashtag tell the truth. And I'm going to give a speech on that at some point here. But okay, so we got Elon Right, I'm going to go on a rant. It's kind of, I can feel it coming. Elon Starbase, American military show of force. Wah, wah, wah. We got China. China is declared. China has declared the AI superpower.
Oh boy.
Yeah, we got glow in the dark. We got glow in the dark sharks, though, so we're winning.
That's awesome.
Sharp eye surveillance, multinodal neuron, multinodal neuron. I got it. See, mind reading AI, Baker Mayfield UFO encounter. It's happening to a lot of celebrities lately. Find that quite interesting. Is the universe a neural network? Lights over Las Vegas. Are they flares? Are they not flares? We don't know, but we're going to go into it. What else do we have? Strange noises. American Airlines UFO update. For those that we reported on it last week, but it didn't play or people couldn't hear it. So we're going to go into more of that. Elon Starbase and lots of other weirdness. Stay tuned for more Space Force news. Or for the start of Space Force news. The official start of Space Force news.
Something.
Yeah. Hit it.
Do you want to bring balance to all the wireless radiation fields in your life, including 5G? The Omnia Radiation Balancer is a small sticker you can stick on any device. It changes the state of the field and creates a new resonance between the wireless radiation and your energy field. On the link below, you'll see all our testing results that show how the body responds excellently once you've made this change in your life. Plus, here's a special discount code at the store. Just enter SFN at the checkout. It's easy to bring balance back to your body with the Omnia Radiation Balancer.
Yeah, so we're back. Ready to get down on some science and technology and Space Force news, all that really exciting, fun stuff. So, good news. The bumpers are coming along quite well. They're so cool. I can't wait for you guys to see them.
I'm kind of psyched.
So yeah, I don't know exactly which week it'll be, but it's coming, and I'm super excited. You guys will love them, and yeah, we'll have to do like a big premiere now, like Space Force News revamped, you know?
An unveiling.
Right, the unveiling. Right, it's gonna be great. Right. Yeah, I can't wait for that episode. So yeah, that is coming up pretty soon. Big thank you to the super chats from last show: Mike Burns, Phil Christophers, Christina Love, and Big Hair Tsunami. I love that name. That's great.
We love you.
For your donation. Thank you very much for your support, guys. Alrighty. On that note, what do you think? Should we start reporting on some news, Foil?
Bring it.
Yeah, I'm obstreperous Alara tonight, aren't I? Big time.
I know.
Yeah, but that's cool, you know. All right, so let's do it. Here we go. Let me move over here. All right, so let's see.
Where are we at?
Yeah, I don't know.
What we got going on here?
We got to figure out where we're at. We got to get there, get it going. Here we go.
I never know where the hell we're at, man.
I know. Well, that's why I have the screen like this, Foil, so you can follow where we're at, but you still follow it on your computers. So why do I even do that? I don't know why I do that. Because I'm a perfectionist, that's why.
Yes, you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
OCD-like, almost.
Right. Space Force sounding rocket launches experiment to study Earth's ionosphere. You know what this sounds like to me? Well, I'll read some of the article and then we can discuss it. But I definitely have thoughts on this. All right.
I should hope so.
Right? A three-stage subordinal sounding rocket on March 3rd launched at an Air Force Research Laboratory experiment from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. This was the first sounding rocket launched by California-based Space Vector Corp., one of two companies selected by the Air Force in 2008 for the Sounding Rocket Program 4. Getting blinder by the day. Space Vector and Northrop Grumman received a combined $424 million multiple award contract to launch sounding rockets over 7 years. The launch on Wednesday was to study the Earth's ionosphere, said Todd Pedersen, program manager for AFRL Space Vehicles Dictorate at Kirkland. Yeah, but at least I learned. At least I learned the word now because I mutilated it so many times. I know it well now. I'm like dictorate. Yeah, I got it. See?
Directorate.
Perfect.
It's the dictorate, man.
All right, so right at Kirkland Air Force Base in New Mexico. Hey, we haven't had one of those real flubs in a while. Man, I love when that happens. Look, and I didn't wear any eyeliner, so I can just laugh as hard as I want, even start crying. I'll be fine.
Cry it out. There you go.
Pink clouds are visible to the region after 60 pounds of a powdered material was heated to high temperature by a fuel mixture and injected from the rocket in gaseous form. Pedersen said in a statement to Space News. He noted that this was done at an altitude of more than 100 miles, and the mixture naturally dissipated, causing no harm to the environment. Sounding rockets are small test vehicles that carry scientific payloads that are put into space for short periods of time, usually for a few minutes. Pedersen said the ionosphere can be measured by bouncing radio waves off of it using sounders. The amount of time it takes for the echo to come back at each frequency can be used to determine the density of the ionosphere. I think they're trying to... Okay, well, while the fundamental processes forming the ionosphere are generally known, listen, it is a very complex system, and there are many details yet to be understood, said Pedersen. The ionosphere, like the surface of the ocean or a lake, has many waves and ripples propagating across it, which create changes in time and space, he explained. The better we understand these processes, the better we can understand how they affect systems. We're talking about a little Schumann action here. I don't know, is Alexis out there? What does she think? We're talking about a little Schumann action here, trying to figure out how that's tied into the elevation of human consciousness, perhaps. I don't know. Just saying. That's what it sounds like to me.
They don't know how half of this stuff works. They'll claim all day they know what's going on, but they have no freaking clue. That's my learned opinion.
The vehicle was built by Space Vector and Kratos Space and Missile Defense. The Sounding Rocket Program 4 program is managed by the Space Force's Space and Missile Systems Center, Small Launch and Targets Division at Kirkland Air Force Base. The Space Vector launch was the Space Force's first small launch mission of 2021 and the first under the Sounding Rocket Program 4 contract.
We got a lot of private companies coming in doing stuff. I'm actually kind of glad to see that. You know, I'm a big fan of private industry.
Space Force chief says he's working on a declassification strategy, but offers scant details.
Of course.
What do we got going on here, guys?
All right.
Let's check this out. The head of the
U.S.
U.S.
Are they really going to tell us?
Right. And here's where my rant comes in. You ready? Is everybody ready for this?
Have at it.
All right. So this is going to come June 25th. All right. This whole disclosure to Congress, but they only have to tell Congress. They don't have to tell us. So the only way that we get told anything is if we demand to be told something. So I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there.
They will probably issue some sort of a redacted form of the...
Oh, they'll tell us something, but it won't be much.
It's not going to... Like, the people that think that this is going to be some great... Where they're just going to come out and be like, yeah, the aliens are here.
There's aliens, and this is what they look like. Do you want to meet them here? Right. Line up here, and
Right. They're not going to land at the White House.
Free energy for everybody. Yeah. So
they're already at the White House, I'm sure. But
that happens when we start taking decisive action. And
No. We are not issuing any calls to action. We are just saying to make your voices heard peacefully.
Right. Make your voices heard peacefully.
Oh, that's not me.
Yeah, thanks for clarifying.
That's the AI.
Right. We don't want them to misinterpret my call to vocal action. Right?
There you go.
The head of the U.S. Space Force said that, hey, how do you pronounce this one? Nascent? N-A-S-C-E-N-T. Nascent. Thank you. The head of the U.S. Space Force said the nascent service is developing a declassification strategy for space, but he could not share many details on what a new classification would look like or when it would be implemented broadly. Chief of Space Operations General Raymond acknowledged in a speech on Wednesday that the classification regime impedes interesting wording, impedes part of the Space Force's mission. The main mission of the United States Space Force is to deter conflict from beginning or extending into space. And I'm convinced that if you want to change the deterrence calculus, if you will, of an adversary, you have to be able to communicate. If you have everything classified, that really limits your ability to deter conflict. Right?
So we have to be able to say this is how we're going to kick your ass, apparently.
We don't have an open dialogue because everybody's hiding their stuff is the problem, right? We've got to move out of that. So this is
us telling does not equal them telling is the thing here.
Who's to say that us and them aren't in communication already about what gets told and when, right?
Well, maybe with Russia, but with respect to China, they'll say, oh yes, tell us everything so we can hurry up and steal your intellectual property.
I think there's negotiations on some level. Volume up. Commander, volume up, please. What do I got to put the volume up on? Me? Volume up, please. Me? My volume's got to go up? Hold on a second. My volume should be up. What is she talking about? I'm close to the mic. Is anybody else having problems hearing me? Is Keystone just trolling me or what? Like, what's going on here?
Maybe. Maybe Keystone has to turn the volume up on her computer.
I think that might be what's going on. Here, Keystone, check the volume on your computer.
She says it's
My
low.
volume's low. Right. Hold on, let me rig it up here real quick. It shouldn't be low, but let me check my settings here. Normally, I'm the loud one. All right, so that's up. Whoop. Don't get loud with me. All right, I'll turn my mic up.
Alexis says it can go up slightly.
Hello, mic check. Is that better, friends? Is that better?
Breaka.
It's looking red to me like it's too loud. So, is it too loud or is that better? Oh, they're saying my volume's low. Great. All right, I turned it up, you guys. Is it better or is it too loud or I need some feedback here? Kip True's still saying it's a bit low. Ascension Diaries, it's perfect now. A little softer than foil. I don't know why my volume.
It's just because I'm loud as hell anyway, guys. I'm sorry.
Let me check the mic here. Let me turn it up here. Right there. Whoa, now my chat just freaked out. Okay, they say my volume's good now. It's good now, everybody? Okay, we're good. All right, where were we here? We were in the Space Force, and they got a D-class.
They got a regime.
And then I got distracted with the...
Yeah, we got to tell other people, so they'll tell us,
friends.
and then we can come to some kind of an agreement.
So
allegedly.
the general also noted that reducing classification allows for better integration with international partners, as well as across the joint forces. And so for a bunch of reasons, we view that there is a requirement to reduce classification. We're doing that as we speak, and I'm excited for where that's headed, said Raymond. Woo, woo.
Me too.
Yeah,
Any kind of D-class we can get, I'm a fan of that.
Yeah. Give us something. The Space Force is working on the declassification strategy, he said. But he didn't elaborate on that. I've heard that from multiple sources, too. So that I hope you all figure it out soon. Because we need hashtag tell the truth and hashtag decloak the ship. Just decloak one ship, at least. Give us like a TR-3B, an Astra,
ship, right?
Just something. Just be like, okay, Phoenix Lights, that was us. Here's what it looks like.
Just one thing.
It's way cooler than the Blackbird, and it's, just something, please. But he didn't elaborate on when the plan would be done or acted upon. Man, how much you want to bet the plan will be done before July 1st?
Maybe.
Now, acted upon, I don't know, but I would bet you that their plan will be figured out by then. You don't want to just make decisions one piece at a time. You'd like to have an overarching strategy that helps guide those decisions. And so there's been a lot of work put on to develop that strategy, said Raymond. Air Force and Space Force officials have voiced support for declassification in the past, but there's been little transparency about what the services are actually doing to address overclassification. Declassifying some of what is currently held in secure vaults would be a good idea. Barbara Barrett said in December, days before the establishment of the Space Force. You would have to be careful about what we declassify, but there is much more classified than needs to be. You can say that again.
Amen to that, right?
Barrett pledged that addressing overclassification would be a focus for her office moving forward, but it's not clear whether anything has fundamentally changed in the year since. U.S. Space Command Head General John Dickinson also voiced support for declassifying space during his July 2020 nomination hearing. At that time, he said progress was already being made and called for a comprehensive review of classification for collection data. For now, Raymond said that the Space Force is working to give commercial partners more access to classified information to enable more effective integration. Hey, if they give you all the information, Elon, you better come on with it. That's all I'm saying. You'll see us as we develop new programs and review older programs. Review it with a lens of deterrence and a lens of integration. And you'll see us continue to make classification decisions that will enable that deterrence and that integration, said Raymond. Man, I'm just happy to get some Space Force news. There's been a real shortage of it lately, you know? I find that a little bit concerning. We don't need too much defense news and not much Space Force news. I find that slightly troubling, guys.
Well, I think we'll see more and more that those lines begin to blur.
Hey, Koala, good to see you. And
the Decider is here?
Oh, J-Rod's in the house. Woo, woo. All right.
Woo-hoo.
No one-size-fits-all response to space attacks, Raymond says. So, Foxhole, I can't see you when I'm doing the first part of the show, because I do SpaceX and Space Force, and then Foyle does technology and defense. So, I can't see you guys
Tony
till
the
the second
Walk
half.
says that he's concerned that only the bad aliens will get revealed.
Well, here's my theory on that, friend. The bad aliens are already here, and they're already doing stuff, and they don't really care about following cosmic law. But the good aliens do care about following cosmic law. So when we do get some sort of reveal, chances are it's going to be the good aliens that reveal. The bad aliens like to stay hidden so they can manipulate us because we don't know they're there. So, so when we do get a reveal, I feel like it'll be because the good aliens have finally decided that our consciousness is high enough where, they'll deal with us essentially. So
I can see that.
Yeah,
at the moment, I think the only thing interfering are probably the ones that don't care too much about procedure or rules or whatever.
Which would be the bad ones that have been, abducting people and various other things, and that would be working in our, underground bases.
Yeah. Joan of Sark says TR3B, government or alien? Government.
Government. Yes, ma'am. I actually, speaking of that subject, if you look on my YouTube channel, 1 Foot in 5D, I got footage of, there was two of them. It's hard to see the two of them, but you can see one of them at least on tape above a UFO event, believe it or not. I don't know how that happened. Don't ask me. I have no idea.
Oh, the one that didn't we show that like a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, we showed it a couple of weeks ago.
I think it was here.
Yeah, but if you go check it out on my channel, I took that video. Without a doubt, it's me, and it happened, and those are there, and that was above a UFO event too. That was above contact in the desert. So they were watching. We were watching. Whatever you want to say, however you want to put it. We, they, us.
Well, the government was watching the other thing that you were watching,
yes.
Which was definitely not. That was definitely not government.
I was taping an ET craft when that happened, so they were watching. They were watching the extraterrestrials.
ET, yeah.
Yes,
for sure.
Watching to see how much they interacted with us, and they always do that. That's what they do, It'll be nice one day when they stop doing that, because we can all get along and,
Can we all just get along?
Things are in the open. All right, so back to Space Force. Let's see. No one-size-fits-all response to space attacks, Raymond says. U.S. officials are trying... Whoop, might want to switch the screen, huh?
Let them take a look.
Yeah. U.S. officials are trying to hash out the ground rules for extraterrestrial combat, more than a year after standing up a Space Force to fend off threats on orbit. There's no one-size-fits-all answer for what actions by a satellite. Is that the word they just use in the article, like satellite, right?
Everything's
a satellite.
All satellites.
Right. Okay. So, you can sub that word out. I'm thinking it might get more interesting, the paragraph, if you sub out the word satellite. But There's no one-size-fits-all answer for what actions by a satellite. Hey, we could just do that every time they say satellite.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes I'm sure it is a satellite, but other times, we'll see. Maybe it's not.
Not so much.
Yeah,
right.
not so much. Right. What actions by a satellite could be considered an act of war? Proportional response in a war that extends to space will depend on a broader context than earlier conflicts where the U.S. might respond to a barrage of rockets with its own airstrike. The Space Force's top general said March 3rd. The U.S. could counter a satellite attack with a strike in cyberspace or against terrestrial facilities, for example. I think it depends on the strategic context that's going on in the world, Chief of Space Operations General Raymond said during an event hosted by the National Press Club. This is the second time I've heard of the National Press Club. This is interesting that they're even having this. I wish I could...
Isn't that where the original disclosure conference was held in like 2000 or whatever?
Yeah, but it was a mock thing, right? Like those weren't actual members. They were retired members.
They were retired or yeah.
But however, I do think it's interesting that the last couple articles here, they're having an event hosted at the National Press Club, and all of these, it seems to be both of these articles are talking about disclosure related, declassification related subjects. So, I mean, that's definitely notable. There's no such thing as a space war, he said. It's just war.
That is true.
Right? I mean, how nations would choose to conduct operations in that war, that conflict, either on the sea or in the air or on the ground or now in space, is just integrated into the larger strategic conflict. Interesting. That sounds a bit like some disclosure to me. The ambiguity may complicate global discussions of norms of behavior in outer space as more countries grow their civil, military, and industrial presence away from Earth. The Space Force is trying to drive the conversation to constrain bad behavior and shape a common understanding of what's acceptable on orbit. You can't put weapons of mass destruction in orbit. So then why are we using nuclear propulsion? Like, I'm wondering about this, seriously. Weren't we going to go into some of this later? Didn't you have something pulled up about space ethics or something, Foyle?
I don't know I think that was last week. No, it's AI. But that will absolutely be relevant.
Okay. You can't put weapons of mass destruction into orbit. You can't militarize a planet, a celestial body. Hold on.
Yeah, okay.
Let me read that sentence again.
Okay, guys.
You can't put weapons of mass destruction in orbit, and you can't militarize a planet, a celestial body. Other than that, there's no rules, Raymond said. I'm not naive to think if there was a set of norms of behavior that everybody's going to follow them.
They're not going to follow any of that.
A recent report on space defense
in war, like he just said.
Center for Strategic and International Security pointed out that while countries are starting to see an attack on a satellite as an attack on a human, the best response to that threat may be no response at all. The challenge for...
Come on now.
The challenge for space strategists is to anticipate how the gradual shift from space being more focused on information operations to physical operations will proceed. Further analysis and gaming are needed to explore gray zone competition in space and when it is advantageous, boom, see that? Or not, to do something in response to an attack or threat of an attack. Though the Space Force is quick to note that various technologies in development by China, Russia, and others that could look to damage U.S. assets, Raymond declined to talk about what offensive and defensive capabilities his service has in the works.
Now, you know, we talk about China's use of gray zone tactics every other week here. They will continuously try to wear people down, or they will try and do everything that's just short of actual war. You know, and that's where we're at, and that is what they will continue to do and that's only while they feel they're in a weaker position. Now, do I think that they will continue with a sort of a gray zone strategy once they absolutely feel they have the upper hand? Absolutely not. There's no game theory behind that.
To answer your question, James Tierney, I think it's James Tierney, he said, is there space police that's not government controlled? There's space chips. There's space chips.
Cislunar Highway Patrol.
There's Cislunar Highway Patrol, but I don't know who controls them. Really, I mean, we should do a dig into that.
They're working on putting that together. I don't think that's not even fully functional yet, but they really do want to have I mean, they'll probably have unmanned drones at this point that'll be monitoring and able to respond to anything that would happen in,
Yeah, but who's
like,
controlling them is what?
the chips, that's us.
Right, but who's going to be controlling these drones that you're hypothetically speaking
Now,
about?
that I don't know.
Right?
I mean, I don't, I don't know. While you continue to look, I'll see if I can find you an answer.
These are things that need to be given some thought here, I would say. Though the Space Force is quick to note that various technology... Oh, I already did that. Raymond
That would
declined
be
to
the Air
talk about...
Force.
Oh, the CSIS report recommended the Space Force own non-kinetic active defenses, such as onboard jamming and LAS lacing systems to thwart kinetic attacks against high-value satellites.
Space chips is the Air Force.
Okay.
Just FYI.
A physical seizure capability should also be explored that could double as an inspector and on-orbit servicing satellite, the report added. The U.S. last year criticized a Russian spacecraft, which Moscow says is an inspector satellite, for test firing an anti-satellite weapon in space. Raymond noted that the Space Force would debut its plan for streamlining the Pentagon's many disparate space acquisition agencies in another week or so, and that he expects to see a Space Force dress uniform prototype in about a month. Officials will finalize which parts of the Army and Navy departments will transfer to the Space Force in the next couple of months as well. Yeah. So,
what we're really going to see problems
stuff
with is when we have non-nation actors sending up like pirate drones that are able to like he said physically stop and snatch some sort of a problematic item in space. Well, what about when we have like these non-nation linked drones that are like space pirates that can go up there and snatch things returning with materials or snatch things that have weaponry on them or whatever. You feel what I'm saying?
I feel exactly what you're saying. Yep.
Oh,
I like calling them items too. That's good. Because we don't know what they are.
They say they're items.
Yeah, they say they're all satellites, but we don't know. Right? So
Sasakin,
we'll call them space items. Shooting at the space items, whatever those space items
maybe,
are.
Right?
We won't know until we get some declassification, right?
Yeah, or we get our own space pirate drone. Maybe that's what we should aim for, dude.
You try that out. Let me know how that works out, Foyle. I'll be right here doing the Space Force news from my studio
if anybody's gonna
in
have
Arizona.
a space pirate drone, it will be me.
Yeah. Rocket report: SpaceX explains landing failure. More on New Glenn delays.
Every failure, they say failure. Every failure, it is they landed it successfully this time, and I guarantee he has learned a whole lot from whatever the hell happened here.
Okay, so Rocket Lab unveils plans for larger rocket. This week, the U.S. rocket... Whoa, might want to switch the screen, huh? This week, the U.S. rocket company said it had plans to go public as well as develop a Neutron rocket capable of launching as much as 8 tons to low Earth orbit. Rocket Lab solved small launch with Electron. Now we're unlocking a new category with Neutron, said Peter Beck, Rocket Lab founder and CEO, in a news release. The company plans an initial launch in 2024, but is now beginning work on a new engine. Yeah. So, let's see.
Well,
Starbase, dude. We got Starbase. Look,
Hey, listen.
This dude, we're just going to have to name this planet Elon. I mean, why even have it Planet Earth in it? Let's just name it Planet Elon. Because he's,
Right.
he's building his own Starbase. He's taking over cities and... Look what he's doing. Elon Musk wants to create a new city in Texas called the Starbase.
I'm down.
Dun, dun, dun.
Right?
Better invite us. Elon Musk is looking to take us beyond the stars, starting with a little town in South Texas. According to the Houston Chronicle,
Musk happens in Texas.
Space Exploration Technologies Corp is building the deep space rocket in Boca Chica, a town along the Gulf Coast of Texas near the Mexican border. And he's thinking it's time for a name change. Musk tweeted on Tuesday, creating the city of Starbase, Texas, adding, from thence, never heard that term, from thence to Mars and hence the stars. How poetic. Did you see that tweet live, Foyle? I know how you love Twitter.
Oh, Elon?
Yeah, from hence to Mars and, from thence to Mars and hence the stars.
Of course I retweeted that.
That
right?
tweet was likely in reference to possibly changing the name of Boca Chica to Starbase. He's going to change Boca Chica to Starbase. According to Bloomberg, the tweet might not be just an idle idea. A SpaceX representative apparently made a casual inquiry on how to incorporate Boca Chica into a new town and rename it. Sending a tweet doesn't make it so. They have a lot of hoops and hurdles to go through before they can make it so. If anybody can accomplish it, I think it's
Right.
Elon. Yeah.
Sending a tweet definitely can make something so.
Right? Makes
Look at
Doge. It
Dogecoin,
makes Doge.
right?
Takes Doge to the moon.
Doge to the
Yeah.
moon, right?
I think they may be getting a little ahead of themselves. If SpaceX and Elon Musk would like to pursue down that path, they must abide by all state and corporation statutes. Cameron County will process any appropriate petitions in conformity with applicable law. Boca Chica is an unincorporated town that has a water system that's shipped to residents in Boca Chica from nearby Brownsville, according to Bloomberg. The proposed town of Starbase would include an area that's actually larger than the town of Boca Chica. But Musk already has some roots in the Lone Star State. He announced he's relocating to the state back in December, according to The Verge, plans to build his next Tesla factory near East Austin and already has a SpaceX facility in Boca Chica. Man, Starbase.
Yeah, he's building a lot of stuff out there.
Yep, he's getting down. Turkish engineer accuses Elon Musk of slavery in SpaceX rocket project. Wah, wah, wah.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. A Turkish engineer who worked at American space transportation company SpaceX first rocket project Falcon 1 accused the company owner, billionaire tycoon Elon Musk of forcing them to work as slaves. Can you guys hear me all right out there? I hope so. We were left alone on an island. Elon Musk made us work like slaves. He said in a book called Liftoff. Atlan, it's kind of a cool name, who worked at the construction of the launching pad of the Falcon 1 rocket on tiny Olmec Island in the Pacific Ocean at the beginning of the 2000s, noted that Musk forced the engineers for success. In our first year on the island, there was a big problem with logistics. We faced delayed food deliveries to the island, he said. According to the Turkish engineer, in the fall of 2005, workers on the island stood up and started a strike. We all sat on the shore of the island like wild animals waiting for their prey, he stated.
Right.
Why didn't they go hunt some stuff, man? You know what I mean?
Don't. Just keep reading. It gets better.
After a while, a plane, which could not land on the island, dropped frozen chicken wings and cigarettes, and we ran to collect them all, he added. Man, rough life. The first test of Falcon 1 was unsuccessful. The rocket burst into flames and fell on the ocean, as said in the book written by Eric Berger. In the second test in March 2007, the rocket reached space. According to Atlan, workers on the island received a rich cuisine full of good food and drinks only after the third test.
Hey.
Man.
Don't work, you don't eat, man.
Either that or you got to hunt for you. Hey, man, go fishing. There's a whole lot of water out there. You know, just make it.
Right.
He'd probably throw you a pole down there. You could get a pole from him.
They
Hey,
drop fried chicken
you don't
and
have
cigarettes.
to. Yeah, you don't have to drop the cigarettes and the chicken. Just give me a fishing pole. I'll work it out. So yeah, you know,
That's
it
pretty
doesn't
funny. I
sound
don't
much
buy
like
it.
slavery. Yeah, so you could hit the fake news button, but you probably didn't bring it, Foil, because
I certainly didn't. I totally
She never
forgot
does.
again.
oh man. All right, guys. So for your black pill portion of the show, we will be
Right.
moving on to defense with Loyal to the Foil. Right? Biden
Right.
signals support to replace War Power Authority. Hit
Yeah,
it, Foil.
it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. I mean, you guys know he bombed Syria the other day, and then literally is considering doing something similar. But President Joe Biden on Friday signaled support to replace the decades-old authorizations for the use of military force in the Middle East, which is, less than a week after he relied on the same authorizations to start bombing things. Thanks, Spears.
Spears says you need to accept crypto for donations so you keep 100% share that wallet address. That's a great idea, Spears.
I do have one. I will have to link it below.
And
That's
thank
awesome.
you. Thank you for your support, friend.
We love you. Yes.
Yes. Continue on, Foil.
Je suis continué.
Are we ever
Yeah,
going to tell people your name, or we could give you like a normal one name? Like I have one. You know what I mean? Like They could name you. I don't know. I'm just saying. We could give you a name that's not foil. I don't know. So what do you guys think? If we should just continue calling foil because that's what she is at this point, then give me a 1. If you think we need to name foil or she needs to come on with a first name or we give her a name, one or the other, then press 2. So 1, we keep calling her foil and there's no disclosure of any kind. 2, we give her a name.
You're a little amped on Declass today, bruh.
Or she gives us a name other than foil to call her.
See, they like foil. Look, thanks, Lotus Poet.
Look, I got 1-1. I got. Let me go check Foxhole. See what they're saying. Let's go see. Let's see what Foxhole's saying.
Chef Matt says furl. Call me furl.
I'm getting. Oh, I got a mix. I got more 1s than 2s, but I'm getting 2s too. I got more 1s than 2s so far. 1.5. Nicholas. Wait.
There you go.
Man, it's like about. No, it's not quite 50-50. 2s are coming in hot. 2s are coming in hot. I don't know. It's kind of a toss-up right now.
You're amped on the Declass.
I haven't even checked Foxhole yet. Wait till I check Foxhole.
Phil Christopher says Biden lies all the time. Yes, he does.
Yes, he does. From his basement.
Yes, he does.
From his basement.
Thank you for your support, sir.
Okay, I'm trying to load the Foxhole app, but it's not allowing me to do so.
You know what? They were saying that we were having buffering issues over there. I'm telling you, it's the Twitch stream, dude. It was doing the same thing on my channel. Yeah, it was giving me hell.
Maybe I should kill the Twitch stream, right? What's up, Brad? Good to see you.
I would reckon.
Okay, so I haven't. Foxhole won't load for me right now. Sorry, guys, I can't see you.
Rook. She's putting all her spaceships on red, coming in with some love there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tinfoil. That's what it is. Loyal to the foil, like literally the tinfoil. That's me all day.
So, are we gonna stay? I think we're gonna stay with foil. You've just endearingly, people know you as foil, and you're just foil. I can't get Foxhole to load, guys. So, man.
Right. If you're still there, we love you.
Whoa, hold on. Maybe. Let's see what they say. Let me see if I have 1s or 2s or what I have going on in here. We've got 1s. I've got 1s on Foxhole. We got a
foil hatter. Oh,
Freedom Fighter says 3. It's her choice. Nice.
Look at that.
That was creative.
We're all about personal choice in 2021, don't you know?
JB70 says 3. Chris Hawkins says 2. Keep foil. Let her. Man, I don't know what to do here. I think we may have to keep foil for now. Well, yep.
Right.
We're gonna have to keep foil.
We'll see about disclosure. We'll see about disclosure.
We'll see about loyal to the foil disclosure, right? Hey, it's okay.
Maybe we'll do a countdown, right?
Yep. So foil it is. Yes, Desert Fire. Okay, continue on, foil.
Back to Biden. Let me hate on this guy for a minute, all right? So, less than a week after he goes and bombs some stuff, then he comes and he says, you know what, because they asked him for the nuclear codes, remember? We talked about this. Matter of fact, if you didn't go see my Russia video, check it out. I went into all this. They asked him for the nuclear codes, and now maybe he's like, well, maybe not that, but maybe okay. Maybe I'll support replacing the War Power Authority, which they used basically to continue our intervention in Iraq and in Afghanistan and whatever else. Like, this has been the basis for our Middle East insanity for the longest, right? So the Biden administration announced its position after a bipartisan bill. Oh my God, they did something bipartisan. I'm color me shocked. Right, was introduced earlier this week that it would repeal the 91 and 2002 authorizations for the war in Iraq that presidents from both parties have relied on for legal justification to carry out strikes in the region. Naturally, Circle Back SAC said Biden was committed to working with Congress to ensure that the authorizations for the use of military force currently on the books are replaced with narrow and specific framework that will ensure that we can protect Americans from terrorist threats while ending the forever wars. They are really sucking at ending the forever wars. I'm just saying.
We just restarted them.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, I mean, and not only that, but they're literally considering sending some more bombs because there was some more stuff in Iraq that got hit. So we will see. We will see what happens there. All right. These people are nuts. That's all I know.
Oh, I know. Totally nuts, man. American bombers blaze toward Russian provocative show of force.
Oh, yes, they
Oh, that's
did.
A big shocker, isn't it?
I was telling you, he's poking the bear, man.
Yep.
Don't mess with.
Stop poking the bear, buddy. Stop poking the bear.
happen to be a Putin fan. You know, he's kind of gangster, as I said. But so recently we had Air Force B-1 bombers that are now at their new home in Norway that had looped through international airspace over the Baltic Sea and then turned around and just shot down the NATO Russia, you know, air defense zone. And naturally, in response, Russia calls in their guys. They're up there. Now, the claim was made that there were 3 goals here: to reassure that our NATO allies that, hey, we got you, right? To demonstrate to Russia that they're not going to just be out here doing whatever they want, and to get some intelligence on their response time, the kind of planes that they sent, where the planes that Russia sent, you know, to follow our guys, where they launched from, like that this was, you know, an intel op also, which, you know, I can see. They wanted to kind of lure them into responding and give our reconnaissance guys just a chance to kind of gather whatever intel that they could. So here's the thing. NATO is kind of a mess. It's kind of a mess. We have a lot of divergence as far as goals are going right now, and with how a lot of the world is looking at America now and how we are not so quick to back our allies, they might see this as a show that we have their back, but do we really? You know, I don't know. But they did station some B-1 bombers in Norway, which naturally caused Russia to respond proportionately. They relocated some of their airstrike planes and whatever else to a base that was closer to the Norway. I mean, we're getting a proportional response. Everything we do, Russia's going to do in proportion, and it's just going to get worse if we keep
poking the bear. Sink.
I don't know.
Yeah, don't poke the bear.
I keep saying it.
Right?
Don't poke the bear.
At least bring some bear spray if you're going to poke the bear or something.
I mean, man, right?
Yeah. Seriously.
Keep it entertaining.
All right.
Something.
So let's see where we're at now. We are at
General Austin.
We are at Austin outlines his top 3 priorities on defense, people, teamwork.
Yeah, imagine that. He put out a memorandum the other day, giving our mission to continue, our mission for the continuation of defending our nation from, enemies foreign and domestic, right? Because they're really worried about those domestic enemies right now. And his 3 priorities: defending the nation, taking care of our people, and succeeding through teamwork. He kind of gave a list. As far as defend the nation, their number one concern, of course, is the continuing COVID crisis, right? They think it's the greatest challenge to our national security. The DoD is, of course, trying to get everybody in the military to take the vaccine. Did you see the other day where they issued the article calling out the people in the military that had not yet taken the vaccine, saying that they were, whether that was intentional or not, that they were part of the problem? Okay, so they're going to continue to give direct support to the government's vaccination efforts and encourage military personnel to get the vaccine naturally. Their number one foreign challenge, of course, is China. At least this is something we agree on. They want to keep pace. That's what he said. It's a pacing challenge. That we're going to develop operational concepts and capabilities, and we're going to bolster deterrence while trying to maintain a competitive advantage. If that's something that they can do, that they're going to synchronize it across, the DoD priority list to try and keep pace with China. They talk about innovation and modernization of the DoD, tackling the climate crisis. Apparently, this is also now within the purview of our military, worrying about the climate crisis. And don't you worry, they're going to continue to stamp out extremism within our ranks. Thank God,
Well, on Viper 17 asked, all right, Alara, I'll ask you one more time. If I didn't answer you, friends, because I didn't see the post, I couldn't pull Foxhole up there for a moment. Okay. One more time. Can we mix politics and aliens? How do you feel about that? Mixing politics and aliens.
I think by nature, the alien question is a political question.
That's a deep question, friend. I don't know if I really could go into that right now. But I think it's complicated, and I think I wouldn't even say that I'm really a political person. I just I know who's fighting for us and fighting for changes and fighting to change the planetary paradigm and to expose corruption and help declassify things. And I know who's fighting against us. And so I'm down for anybody that's fighting on our side. And I think we all pretty much know who's fighting on our side and who's not at this point. It's becoming more and more clear every day. So can you mix politics and aliens? Yeah, because we need truth on this planet with regards to everything. The UFOs, the aliens, the corruption, all of it. And whoever's I view as fighting to expose that or help move that along, I'm all for it. I'm all for them. I'm all for what they're doing, you know?
Disclosure will become the most highly politicized issue of all time. I don't know that there's a way that we could separate, and we're just from a human perspective, human politics from the idea of aliens or disclosure. They will try to spin it one way or another to meet whatever agenda it is that they feel like they want to push or that they can push with whatever information that they have.
We can't allow them to do that. We can't allow them to do that.
I agree.
That's why people need to be aware.
Yeah. You know, just like they do now. They may even try to use the information they're disclosing to push specific political agendas. I don't know that we can separate the two.
For instance, too, like this is just an example, but it kind of makes the point clear, okay? So if people aren't educated on extraterrestrials and the dynamic and contact and craft and all this sort of stuff, then let's say the bad guys go to do some sort of blue beam thing and they send little automatons down to scare people, then people are going to get this image that those are the aliens and you should be afraid, when couldn't be further from reality, right? But if people aren't educated on this topic, then they won't understand what's happening. But if they are educated, they'll call it out as soon as they see it. We know exactly what that is and we ain't buying it, you know? So it's just like anything else. Knowledge, you know, knowledge is a good thing, right? Okay, so where were we? ABC.
AI article.
Hold on. I thought we were at U.S. Oh, yeah. U.S. is not prepared to defend or compete in the AI arena, says expert group chaired by Eric Schmidt.
Yeah, we've talked about this a little bit here. Eric Schmidt is the Google billionaire, and he was on the National Security Commission on AI, which finally released their report that, you know, I had talked about it when we were talking about the Intelligence Authorization Act. They also had to come up with a report and to release it, and they finally did. And Eric Schmidt, who, like I said, Google guy, has come right out saying that we are on par to be passed by China very, very quickly. And that this was part of the justification for when we were talking about how they were saying autonomous weapons and AI use in the military should not be ruled out, that we should definitely continue to weaponize AI because China's going to do it, therefore we should do it. You know, which, as much as it sucks, and I don't trust Skynet at all, I mean, I don't know how else we would fight weaponized AI from another nation state. I really don't. Or just not even a nation state, just anybody.
The Google mods are already on us tonight like white on rice, so I'm sure it's going to ramp up now that we're having this discussion, right? Please continue, Foyle. Yeah. If your comments are getting deleted, your comments are getting deleted, guys, it's not us doing it. It's you know, the tech overlords. White Hat, thank you. Much love, Loyal and Alara. Happy Sunday. See y'all soon. Hey, so look, he called you Loyal. So you get a choice. You get Loyal or Foil.
Loyal,
you guys get to pick.
I get
right?
it both ways.
There's no third choice yet, but maybe someday there'll be a third choice, you know? Right. I wish I had my coffee cup in here. You know, I'm starting to come down. And
oh, boy. Are you crashing?
Yeah.
So listen, right. So the report urged Biden to reject calls for an outright ban on AI-powered autonomous weapons, saying, like I said, that China and Russia are unlikely to keep any treaty they sign anyway. I mean, here's the thing. Even if Biden would agree to this, do we really think that it would stop them? Do we really think that they would stop developing this kind of a weaponry? Like, I don't. In any case, they released a 756-page report on Monday that China would be replacing the U.S. as the world's AI superpower. I mean, obviously there are military implications to this. They're saying flat out, we are not prepared to defend ourselves in the era of AI. that we are behind that much that we better not stop working on it. I mean, that's how serious they think it is. Of course, you know, to me, it's all freaking
Robot
Skynet.
Wars. Yeah, Robot Wars.
You know,
hey, we should have showed them that article about those robots that I posted on my Telegram. The chatbot people.
The one we were talking about.
Man.
Let me tell you something,
Man,
guys.
we're gonna have to cover that next week for sure. Go
Right?
ahead, Foil. Let it rip.
I
Yeah.
may or may not work on some things where I have to evaluate chatbots, and I'll tell you, some of the stuff these are the ones that I've
Watch
seen
it, Foil. Watch what you say.
okay, they're very human-like, and they also tend to reflect very
Your
human
screen just
bias.
glitched when I said
Yeah.
that.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll just leave it at that. These things are creeping me the hell out.
Yeah. Yeah. Just look in her eyes. That should say it all.
Man.
Yeah.
I was like, what
It's getting creepy,
the
friends.
hell?
Woo. It's getting creepy out
Right.
there. Yeah. Yeah.
It was wild.
Yep.
So,
Too bad we can't talk
yeah.
about it. All right. So,
freaking Skynet.
yeah. Skynet for
Well,
sure.
that's all of the black pill.
That's it
the
for
black
defense?
pill for the day.
Oh, we get to move on to nature break? Fantastic.
Yeah. I know that's what the people are really waiting for.
I know they're waiting for nature break. They're like, what are we gonna get tonight? We're gonna get the puffin. What are we gonna get? No puffin tonight. This is a puffin free zone, you guys.
Right. Just give me the beat now.
You puffin free. Yeah, that's the jam. That's our jam. We're gonna have to make a puffin shirt. It's gonna have to happen. All right, so here we go. And now for your regularly scheduled
nature break.
Hold on. Is the button on?
Oh boy. Kofefe.
Oh no, I don't. Hold on. Is that the button?
Better cove the fefe, man.
I don't think that's the right button. Hold on. What am I doing here? Maybe that's the right button. Maybe not. I don't know. Let me know if you can't hear it, guys. How do I forget which button it is, like, from week to week?
Bruh.
And
Too
now,
much coffee, yo.
hopefully, for your regular scheduled nature break with sound. Hopefully.
Nature break.
Nature break. Oh, yeah, I gotta
Nature
move the
break.
screen. I messed it
Gonna
up.
let them watch? I mean, what
Man.
the hell?
Here we go. Let's hope the sound comes on. That would be great. Here we go.
Oh, Kevin, that's a lovely tribute.
I just miss him, Mum.
Boobs! You what? Sorry, did I just say that out loud? Shoot! 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 Oh! I don't think you'd do it.
Alright, Kev, how's work?
Ay, qué día miserable. Estaba tarde como siempre. Al volver había problemas en el tren.
Oh, Kevin, I didn't know you could speak Spanish.
No, nor did I. It's just come on.
Oh, I fancy you all over again. Do a bit more.
No, it's gone.
This is great. Oh my god, it's the greatest thing ever. Yeah, that's lit. The frog? Wait till we show them the
Right.
sharks, right? That'll be
Oh,
next
I'm a
week,
fan.
guys. Yeah.
Wait, what?
What happened?
That's it?
What? I gotta play
That's
more?
all you're gonna play?
I gotta play more?
Better.
Do you guys want more nature break? I could play like another, I don't know, 30, 45 seconds. It's up to you.
Hit the play.
All right. I was gonna let him vote, but fine. We'll just Foil just pulled rank. Woo. Here we go. I hope the sound's on, guys. I think they would have told me if it's not, so I think we're winning.
No, they can hear it. They're laughing.
Yeah. Okay.
Almost there. My charity ascent of Kilimanjaro. Only 2 more meters. Oh, Sanvalanche. Sandvalanche! Ah, Sandvalanche! Great Scott! For the love of Chris Akabusi! Oh, I'll just tell them I did it anyway.
Fearless.
Cheer up, Trev. I'm all right, Bernie.
It's a lot of Scottish
This fella and
animals
Giraffe
in
walk
here.
into a bar. Giraffe goes to sleep on the floor. Barman says, "Oi, what's that lying there?" Fella says, "It's not lying, it's a giraffe." Giraffe. You crack me up, Trev.
All right. I think this is definitely a strawberry one, John.
It's
Either that or a
fearless.
berry of some sort.
It's fearless.
This one's got a green wrapper, so what's that? Apple?
No, I've got a green one too. I think they're lime.
That doesn't taste like a lime.
They never do. That's how you can tell they're the lime ones.
Oh, I don't know what this one is. Tastes really weird.
What colour is it?
Brown.
Brown! I hate to break this to you, but there aren't any brown ones.
Who did this?
Shouldn't have had that 12th coffee. I can't even blink
There's
anymore.
you.
And I can hear my
Yeah.
heartbeat in my ears. I don't get it.
It's Alara tonight. It's the commander. Too much kofefe. All right.
Shouldn't have had that 12 coffee?
Right? All right. So yeah, see, Nature Break always always gets us vibing again, guys, and gets us all off the black pill of the defense talk, right?
I'm a fan.
Now a deep breath.
Right. Now for your meditation break.
Right? We don't need any more segments. No. All right. Scientists have detected a huge collision between blobs of dark matter.
Oh, those blobs.
Foil
Yeah,
breaks
this
that
is-
down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit it, loyal to the foil.
Right. This is actually kind of crazy. So in May of 2019, we had this gravitational wave event that they thought may have been caused by a massive black hole collision. But when they went to try and simulate, and mind you, it took eons for this to get here. Like they're thinking these
How long?
gravitational waves just eons.
Yeah, okay.
Eons.
Just checking. Yeah.
Eons. That it was traveling through space for the longest. That when it got here, they were trying to figure out if it was actually caused by this black hole collision. So they tried to simulate what would occur in the collision of a black hole and to see if they could come up with the same signal, and they could not, which led them to believe that this may have actually been two objects colliding that are merely theoretical at this point, what they're calling boson stars, right? I mean, Einstein predicted them when he wrote up his theory of general relativity. They're thinking that they're made of these like ultralight bosons, which are like billions of times lighter than electrons. They're not 100% sure. They don't even know if these things exist. But if they do, right? If they do,
Yes.
this would also
dun dun
point,
dun. Go ahead.
right? This
Yeah.
would also point them to the existence, of course, of dark matter, which they're trying to prove right now. If they can get this simulation
Yeah.
together, then they will have some not definitive evidence of these things, but a really good idea that this is what's going on here. So we will see.
Yep. We'll see. My ear hurts.
Yeah.
In case you were wondering why I took my
Yeah,
headphones
I
off.
kind of figured that.
Yeah. Now it's kind of funny because I can only hear in one ear, but it feels better. Okay, so where were we? Let's see.
The neural network.
Right, hold on. Collision bobs. Whole universe could be a
Bosons
neural
or
net-
hosons.
This is
Yeah,
great.
Maybe.
All right. New
Wait, what
research
happened?
indicates the whole universe could be a giant neural network. You
We
think?
talked about this before too, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting. So, as a matter of fact, I think the last time we talked about it, we were talking about the paper that was released by Vitaly Vanchurin, who is professor of physics at the University of Minnesota in Duluth. He had published that paper last August, and I think this is when we originally covered it. Well, he went ahead and did an interview recently for the magazine Futurism.
Yeah.
And when it was published, he, according to the paper, they discuss a possibility that the entire universe on its most fundamental level is a neural network. They identify two different types of dynamical degrees of freedom, trainable variables, and hidden variables. At its most basic, Vanchurin's work attempts to explain away the gap between quantum and classical physics. I mean, when we're looking at things on a really small scale, they can kind of understand it, but when they try to back away and give a bigger overarching explanation, things tend to break down. So I mean, they're really trying to figure that out. Now, what would make it make sense is if we are nodes in this great neural network, right? That each node is affecting
I'm on that
all
train.
of the other thing.
I
know.
Hey,
we talk about this all the time.
And here's the main evidence for that. I'm gonna tell you. So look, we've always been getting visited, right? But when did all the ships show up in mass? Think about it, friends.
Yeah, when
we started setting off
them
nukes,
bombs,
okay?
Right?
That's when they all showed up in mass and started watching us. Why? Think about that. Just think about it.
Well, do you
Why?
remember when they published the picture of what they thought the dark matter network looked like in the universe? And it looked, I put it up on Twitter. I don't know if you remember. And I was like, this looks like neurons.
Yeah, looks like the human brain. Yep.
It looked exactly like that.
So, and other people have called it the cosmic web. It's the same thing. What we do affects other dimensions. It's all connected, and so is the pathways. That's how come Stargates work.
Well, and they touch on everything from the many, how this would affect the how the world or the universe as a neural network would affect the many worlds interpretation of things. And I mean, a lot of this is really pointing in that direction.
Yeah, as soon as we did that, they were like, whoa, we got to go watch the Earthlings. Look, they're blowing stuff up. We were affecting them, is what happened. So
where else did we see that? I mean, I think the law of one covers that in a bit. Like, what we do here is not affecting only our reality, but multiple other realities. And
and just about all the whistleblowers that you talk to, they all say the same thing too. That it's an extensive highway and it's all connected, and they call it the cosmic web. They all have different variations of that wording, but they all call it the same thing. And so, yeah, of course, the things that we do. I mean, different dimensions, we're right on top of each other. We just can't. I mean, we're
we
just
talk
limited
about
in what we can see.
disclosure in media. I mean, we talked about the mycelial network, like in Star Trek Discovery. They give us little bits. Like, I can see that. I can totally see that.
Man, giant luminous shark. Giant luminous shark. Researchers discover 3 deep sea sharks that glow in the dark.
Yeah, they're kind of cool.
Glow-in-the-dark sharks, man.
Right.
I used to have toys that were glow-in-the-dark sharks, and we got real ones. Yeah. All right, break it down, Foil. Break it down. Look at the glow-in-dark sharks.
break it. Right. They're kind of awesome. Well, they think that it serves a purpose as far as, their role in the hierarchy of predators here. So they were off the coast of New Zealand, and they found 3 different species, including a kite fin that they glow. They live in like this middle twilight zone, the mesopelagic zone of the ocean. It's kind of a middle ground where the sunlight really phases out, and so these things have to create their own light through bioluminescence, like a chemical reaction that causes them to actually glow. The kite fin shark, doesn't really have very many predators, but they're thinking that these things might use their natural glow to illuminate the ocean floor while it's looking for food, or to disguise itself while it's approaching its prey. It can kind of turn it off and on depending on what it's doing, which is kind of neat. I mean, obviously this is just a theory at this point. They did publish it. Shark?
I want to glow. I want to
be
able to glow in the dark. Is what?
Oh Lord! Right?
That'd be cool. I mean, that'd be a cool superpower.
If you could turn it off and on, that'd be all right.
I got a glitch. It glitched out when I said that'd be a cool superpower. That. Yeah, they're trolling us.
That.
Yeah.
That's all right. So yeah, that's kind of neat. Glow in the dark sharks.
Yeah. Maybe the AI likes it too. Maybe they like that
right?
idea. Yeah.
I'm willing to bet that there are a great many species that probably have their own bioluminescence. I mean, even like, are we doing Inner Earth for next conspiracy couch? Because I'm willing to bet
we could
that
definitely
if there
do
are
Inner Earth. Bioluminescence. Oh yes.
Yeah,
I'm tracking you.
Something highly relevant there.
I am tracking you on that one. Yep. I mean, how else would it work down there if there's civilizations, right? Where are they getting light, guys? Right? Bioluminescence.
Maybe.
Right?
Maybe.
I don't know if I can get on board with there's like a sun down there, but definitely bioluminescence.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
I would think that's how they're doing it. But yeah, we can get into that on Conspiracy Couch. That's definitely a topic we could speculate all day long about the Inner Earth.
Rampant speculation is what we do best.
That's right. That'll be a lot of fun. Can't wait for that.
Right.
Okay, so let's see. What do we have next in the lineup? We have lab-grown black hole analog behaves just like Stephen Hawking said it would.
Oh, yeah. You know, we talk about, now this didn't happen at CERN, but we talked about CERN doing their own little black hole research recently. You know, I trust nothing there, obviously. But, so in any case, so in 74, Stephen Hawking had theorized that the universe's darkest gravitational behemoths, black holes, were not actually the pitch black star swallowers that astronomers imagined, but that they actually spontaneously emitted light, which he called, or which has now been dubbed Hawking radiation. The problem is that nobody's been able to see or prove this, obviously. We got our first picture of a black hole, like last year? I mean, we've also seen a lot of developments this year about potentially them being wormholes and all sorts of other things. They really have no idea as to the nature of what these things truly are. Right. Well, now researchers at the, Technion Israel Institute of Technology actually made a lab-grown black hole. They created a black hole analog out of a few thousand atoms. They were trying to confirm Hawking radiation, that it arises from nothing, and that it does not vary in intensity, that it's a stationary thing. So they were able to do this, and they were actually able to verify Hawking's theories, which is pretty cool, I think. Hopefully they'll be able to extrapolate quite a bit from this. You know, they think that light doesn't escape past the event horizon. You know, once it goes in there, that's just kind of it. But where does the information go? I mean, photons are essentially bits of information. So, you know, we know that energy and information doesn't get created or destroyed. So once it goes in there, well, then where does it go?
That's a great question. That's the $1 million question, my friend. Where does all the data go? Right?
We shall see.
And if we have a designer, I would think that our designer designed a data storage unit. Just saying.
Something.
Logic dictates that there would be a data storage unit.
Something.
And I'm sure that our chat will definitely comment right now as to what the data storage unit thing is. Okay.
Yes, light does come from sound, Fearless, in certain ways. Sonoluminescence, we've talked about that. They also were able to make matter from light. We covered that on here as well, which was super interesting.
Right? Proving more and more about you know, what's the technical term they use for it? Intelligent design.
Yeah.
More and more every day. So when did you want to go into the what do you call it? The space-based weapons.
You talking about conspiracy bot?
No, I'm talking about the thing you sent me at the very end that I posted and added to the show. Remember? I don't know what the title of it is. 107th Congress.
Oh, yeah, conspiracy bots post. Go ahead, pull it up.
I mean, do you want to pull that up now, or do you want to do that now?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
Pull it up
so
now.
it's pulled up. Let me move the screen. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, the Space Preservation Act. So this was interesting. So I still somehow have a freaking Twitter account, and one of my favorite accounts is Conspiracy Bot, and he had posted a meme. In 2001, the U.S. government referred to chemtrails as an exotic weapon. It said Google Space Preservation Act. So I did. Well, if you look at it, if you scroll down a little bit, okay, so this basically, Dennis Kucinich introduced this not just in 2001. He introduced this like 6 or 7 times, okay? I don't think it ever passed. However, what is interesting is that it was supposed to preserve peacefulness in space. It was supposed to prevent any kind of basing of like space-based weapons by the US, and to make sure that the president would adhere to this. Well, if you scroll down to to definitions, section 7, subsection B, they're talking about exotic weapons that should be banned from a space-based platform. And it's interesting. Go ahead.
Such terms exclude exotic weapon systems such as...
No, include.
Oh, include? Whoops,
Such terms include.
Electronic, psychotronic, or information weapons, chemtrails, okay?
Right.
And it says outright chemtrails,
yeah.
High altitude, ultra low frequency weapon systems, plasma, electromagnetic, sonic or ultrasonic weapons, laser weapon systems, strategic, theater, tactical, or extraterrestrial weapons, and chemical, biological, environmental, climate, or tectonic weapons.
The freaking earthquake machine, man.
Earthquake
Yep.
machine, and they're talking about chemtrails.
I'm saying. We just thought we'd throw that in here. It was interesting.
Right.
Wanted you guys to take a look at that.
Came across that at the last minute, thought we better show them this. This is quite interesting.
Right? That's
Right?
wild.
And they said extraterrestrial. I mean,
They did.
granted, that could mean a couple of different things, but still.
Yes.
But still, I mean, maybe it does mean what we think it means. Who knows? And
It could
earthquakes,
be, or maybe, yeah, I mean, Dennis Kucinich, now he's a believer, right? He's long been some kind of a UFO advocate or disclosure advocate, at least.
China's Sharp Eyes program aims to surveil 100% of public space.
This is
Man.
super dystopian, man. Listen. So
Sean Joe said Nashville was space weapon. Yeah, that's what I'm hearing.
Well, I've
it
seen
seems
that
like that
theory,
was what happened
right?
there. Yeah.
It
Okay,
was
so
crazy.
back to China. Yeah.
So this is like super dystopian. I mean, this is like Black Mirror, I feel like. So I talk about all the time how China is kind of a beta test for things, their social credit score, their wide use of facial recognition, like it's everywhere, whatever. So
Look at the article. Look at
I know, I love that.
Look, it's
Isn't that
scanning the
creepy?
whole neighborhood. How creepy is that? And it's all in
Isn't that
color.
creepy?
Look, it's all in color. Like, look, the little things are flying. Little birds. I don't know if the birds, but the plants are flapping in the wind. You know, it's all peaceful. And
they see everything.
And there's an eye watching
For
all of
sure.
it. Isn't that how creepy is that? Sorry, I said
it's a lens too. You see, it's like a camera lens.
That's terrible.
It's creepy
Yeah,
as hell.
It's a creep factor of 100.
Well, we know that they have a massive surveillance state. As a matter of fact, by 2016, even the smallest villages had at least 6 security cameras installed, okay, according to Chinese state media. So now here's the crazy thing. The cameras weren't just monitored by the police or the automated facial recognition algorithms. Through special TV boxes installed in their homes, local residents could watch live security footage and push a button to summon police if they saw anything amiss. The security footage can also be routed and viewed on smartphones. Okay? Now, in 2015, the Chinese government announced that the same program was going to be rolled out across the entirety of China. They're calling it the Sharp Eyes program, which is naturally a reference to Mao Zedong, who wrote that the people have sharp eyes, talking about making sure that they tell on neighbors that aren't living up to their, communist comrade values. It's crazy because when we see things like this, I mean, these people have a button in their homes where they can snitch on their neighbors. What are we seeing in this country already?
Great Lakes Curmudgeon, I hope I said that. I mutilate every word.
Yes.
That's just part of what I do. That's just how I roll. I'm sorry. He said, how about getting vision that expands the bandwidth of light we can see?
That would be super awesome.
It's a great idea, right?
That would be it. Yeah, right?
But I suspect that as we shift out of this, I know that everybody has a different understanding of what this is. I know that a lot of folks see that as the rapture. You'll hear a lot of other folks talk about it as the dimensional shift, whatever this is that's happening, that's altering us or a certain percentage of us. I think we'll get to the point where we will be able to see in an expanded, but an artificial way of doing that in the meantime might be kind of cool. But I'm just saying, right?
Right.
I think we will be able to see more eventually. I think that's kind of the point. Can't wait for that day. Okay, sorry, Foyle. Go ahead. Just had to share that.
Sorry,
Thought that was
this
interesting.
is nuts. I mean, they had. Do you know, China literally has a program called the Skynet program.
It doesn't surprise me at all.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
Yeah.
In any case, so not only do they want to have these cameras everywhere and people watching and the boxes in the homes and on the phones that people can report whatever they see that might not be right, but they have databases on everybody. Everybody has been amalgamated into their databases. I mean, they're using this now already as the basis for a lot of their social credit stuff. I mean, they're barring people from public transportation for things. You can't get certain jobs for certain. You can't buy homes or get your kids into certain schools. You can't fly. Like, it's wild. It's wild.
So we're well, whatever. We're running behind, but who cares? Whatever. It's so hard to pack this show into an hour and a half. It's very hard to do. So if it goes over sometimes, oh well, it is what it is. Okay, so you want to move on to Elon Musk? That's where we're at, right?
Yeah, I can be quick. I mean,
Okay.
this is so.
Elon Musk founded startup OpenAI
OpenAI.
discovers artificial neuron only ever seen in the human brain.
Yeah, this is actually kind of interesting. So naturally, the King of Mars also has various AI projects, one of which is OpenAI. They recently discovered that their AI now has what they're referring to as a multinodal neuron that is being used in a vision system called CLIP. So in a human, a multinodal neuron, in like 2005, they figured out that we actually have specific neurons that recognize and process specific things. So like, I don't know, Italy, pictures of Italy, food from Italy, songs from Italy, may be recognized and processed by a specific neuron in the brain. Well, it's doing the same thing in the AI, and it did this on its own, which is kind of creepy. And we've talked about biochips where they're taking pieces of like human neurons and integrating them into biochips. I don't know if that's what they're specifically, if that's what they were using here, but now they have come to the point where this OpenAI, they have these multinodal neurons where they have a specific node that recognizes specific things. Dogs, all the dogs gets processed through this one neuron, you know, whatever. It's creepy, dude. It's creepy, and it's you know, rather than having a bajillion neurons working together to identify something, now it's come down to this one thing, and it's very similar in the human brain, which they determined rather recently. But the fact that AI would develop this without it being programmed to do so kind of scares me.
It's scary. So is the next article. Scientists made AI that reads your mind so it can generate portraits that you'll find attractive.
Man, look, Spotify wants to like read your mind to give you playlists that match your mood. Like I did a whole video
I'm not about
on
this.
mind reading tech. They're using a brain computer interface to do this. At the moment it requires a piece of hardware. Okay? But what they've done is they've developed this AI that you put on, you know, like I said, I think it's a helmet, it's brain computer interface, scans your brain to pick up what you find attractive, and then it will generate these pictures to show you what it is that you like to look at. Now imagine the potential of this.
Yeah.
If it knows what you want to see and it knows how to show you what you want to see.
So next time a hot chick just happens to send you a photo and is like, "What's up, baby?" You know what I mean? You need to question if that's actually a real person or not.
I'm telling you already.
And it'll be catered to what you like too.
I can't really go into more.
Get to know your friends. Look, get to know your friends.
You need to question that.
Make sure they're human before you get comfy, you know. Just saying, because this is happening, right?
Oh boy. All right.
Man.
So that's it for the crazy today.
Okay. Is that it for crazy? Well, we like
that
crazy.
That is it for the
here.
crazy. I do. I'm a fan of it, but you know.
Okay, so we're on to UFOs. I don't like using the word UAP. I know it's like, you know, because
let's discuss the items.
Look, because here's the thing. I don't like the fact that they make the ET topic. People giggle about it, especially the mainstream. It's disgusting to me. Like it's
a stigma.
And just so you know, it's programming. Yeah. So we're programmed to giggle when people say the word alien, right? It's the truth. So I'm just so tired of that. So I don't want, I think I know why they're switching to UAPs. I refuse to use that term because I feel like we just need to deprogram from UFOs being some kind of laughing matter, because they're not. So anyway, I'm not using the word UAP. That was my speech. Okay. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. All right. So our first video, what are those white fast things? I can't wait till we have our bumpers. Brad, I'm so excited. I think everybody's excited.
Oh, excited.
They're going to be so amazing, guys. Like, you have no idea, but you got to wait till they're all done. Okay. So what are those white fast things moving in the video of the recent Starlink launch? Wah, wah, wah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, here we go. I'll play it. I'll play it. Here we go.
Oh, you know they want to see.
Let's check it out. Are we in the way? I might have to shut us off here. Let's.
You can shut us off.
Bye-bye, Foil. Bye-bye, Commander.
We landed our first stage booster for the 8th time on our drone ship. We also had 2 successful ignitions and shutdowns.
Hey, we got UFOs. Shut the camera down. Shut the camera down.
Coming up on deployment of our Starlink satellites. There you can see them on screen right now. That should be coming up in about 20 seconds.
Those don't look like Starlink to me, dude. Let's play it again.
You can see him. I mean, yeah, you
watch
can see
in the
him
very
moving.
beginning. You guys watch.
Even in the second part, there are 2 you can see.
Cut the feed.
We also had 2 successful ignitions and shutdowns of the second stage.
Hello, friend.
We're now coming up on deployment of our Starlink satellites.
We got another guy here.
Yeah, look up at the top too. You missed him.
Oh, I missed the guy at the top.
20 seconds.
Here's another guy over here. Yeah. I'm playing one more time.
We landed our first stage booster for the 8th time on our drone ship. We also had 2 successful ignitions and shutdowns of the
Mel
second
Tulip
stage.
agrees with me.
We're now coming up on deployment of our Starlink satellites. There you can see him on screen right
where's
now.
Where's the one at the top? I see that guy and that guy.
20 seconds.
Oh, he swooped past right when it flashed to that part of the screen.
Okay. All right, so I mean that wasn't very eventful, but we just thought we'd share. You know, Space Mouse wasn't there. We checked. We couldn't locate him.
We looked.
We had some other weird stuff. Okay, so for those of you that were here last week, we talked about the American Airlines UFO thing. I know nobody could hear it for some reason. The sound was messed up. So we're going to go ahead and play a clip about the same topic. UFO over New Mexico skies getting international attention. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun.
Here, it was supposed to be a normal flight to Phoenix when over the skies of New Mexico, a pilot reported this.
We just had something go right over the top of us that, I hate to say this, looked like a long cylindrical object. It almost looked like a cruise missile type of thing moving really fast that went right over the top of us.
It happened on a Sunday when the military doesn't typically perform military tests. Since then, the captured audio has captured a lot of attention. The FBI sending out a statement that says, in part, their policy is to neither confirm or deny investigations, but they work with other government agencies to share intelligence and protect the public. And of course, people who are passionate about UFOs are definitely
those UFO
whatever
people.
It was that these 2 pilots saw.
Right? Man, those UFO people weighing in. We cannot confirm or deny. Okay, here we go.
On Sunday, February 21st, 2021, at about 1:19 p.m. Central, 12:15 Mountain, is unknown, truly unknown.
Linda Moulton Howe is a filmmaker, author, and a woman who researches the unknown, especially UFOs, something she has studied for decades. Moulton Howe does not believe what the American Airlines pilot saw was a missile.
It wouldn't be operational.
She says she has heard from a lot of fans and followers that whatever it was very extraordinary.
Why do they show these goofy looking aliens?
I was just gonna say that.
Like, this is what I'm talking about, dude. Like, legit, why do they show these goofy looking aliens with some goofy looking UFO spinning? I mean, at least they're talking about it on the news, but still, like seriously, dude? Why are we showing these cartoon, Anyway, I'll shut up now. I'm on one today with this.
That we're not alone in this universe. We never have been alone. That there are interactions by other intelligences that use the surface of this planet for their needs.
Tell him, Linda. All right.
Right.
Yeah. Tell him. She's been telling him for a long time. Still waiting. Yeah. Poor Linda. All right. So let's see where we at now. Okay, so this is the UFOs that were spotted in Las Vegas that they are saying were flares.
Pshaw.
We'll see what you guys think. Here we go. This was recent. What was the date that this happened? Well,
Man, the 3rd, I think.
Yeah, I think it was the 3rd.
No. What the fuck are those?
Oh, warning language.
What the fuck are those?
Like every UFO video. That's legit.
Right.
Why are they just hanging above the city like that?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. Flares have freaking smoke trails and stuff.
UFO
like,
because if I am, that's tight.
They're not moving. They're equidistant.
What is going on?
What is going on? I
They
don't
don't
know,
just
man.
turn off one at a time. Them are not freaking flares.
Right. But here's
and it
what
looks
I'm wondering.
just like the Phoenix lights.
There was like 6 of them. Where the hell did they go?
It's a little bit different, but yeah.
What the hell is going on?
So
what are those things?
Here's what I want. What I'd like to. It's one thing if it's ET, right? But if it's us, I mean, just theoretically, if it's us,
I mean, a lot of times it's bound to be us.
Why are we doing this over a major city like Las Vegas? Why? That's not accidental. So there's one of two options with this. Either it's us and we're slowly trying to acclimate people to this stuff, or it's ET and they just happen to do this above Las Vegas. But I think even they kind of tend not to do things like that. So the fact that this happened above a major metropolitan area like Las Vegas, Phoenix, is interesting regardless of whether it was us or them, you know? I'll finish the video here. Yeah, I think they're preparing us too.
What are those?
Because notice, if they're ET, the military's not coming around shooting at them. You know what I mean?
What the fuck are those?
So if they're
not
ET,
flares.
Yeah, if they're ET, then why are we not concerned with them sitting above Las Vegas? I mean, food for thought, right? Okay, let's see. What's this? What is this? This is not. Is this an? Oh wait, maybe it's a commercial. Maybe. Canyon Lady Eagles advance to state finals. That is not the right article, friend. I don't know what happened here, but.
Oh, is this where you had the one about the?
This is the one I had about Vegas. No, here it is, right here. Oh no, I found it. It just moved on to something else. Here we go.
Everyone needs a place to hang.
No, don't speak. I know just what is. All right, here we go. I can't sing, but I give it a college try sometimes. Don't I, Neo? All right, here we go. She can vouch for me. All right, where was I? Oh yeah, showing you the video. That's where I was. All right, guys, I'm trying to make it as big as I can here. Oh wait, you want sound, huh?
What is the same thing from a different angle?
Yeah, this is the same thing. This was
and it was on
March 1st, 2021, Vegas. This is the same thing from a different angle. You got it.
They're back.
They're back, she said.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap, what the hell is that?
Tell you what, it's not.
Right?
Plane going right.
Plane just going by.
Like, right? Just like,
like,
meh.
Yeah.
What in the world is that?
That is wild.
Yeah. Right above the strip.
I saw them just literally.
Just right above the strip. Just like
up here.
Oh wow.
Acclimating us. That's what I think, guys. What do you think?
Okay, they're back.
Man. Acclimating us. That's what I think.
That's freaking wild, yeah.
It's supposed to step up this year too. The big. I think we'll get more and more of these big sightings over major metropolitan areas, just to acclimate people. I think we're gonna see more of that. I wouldn't be surprised.
There are so many videos now.
Okay, so Brown's. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Elon was on Joe Rogan talking about, can we get a better picture, something with more megapixels? Like, bruh, you have to be on some BS because look at all of the pictures and videos just over the last, 10 years. I mean, with the advent of smartphones, with cameras and such, come on now. There can be there's no denying it.
I seen Brad done change profile pictures like 4 times. I don't know what's happening in here, you know. I don't know if I'm being messed with or what's happening. I seen him show up as 4 different icons, all within a span of about 10 minutes. All right. Brown's Baker Mayfield claims almost 100% saw a UFO. So we got another celebrity UFO sighting that they went public about.
Yeah, celebrities are just coming out the woodwork.
Right?
With their sightings now, eh?
Yeah, so since the Cleveland Browns saw their 2020 season end in the playoffs, quarterback Baker Mayfield has had an interesting offseason. On Wednesday, Mayfield tweeted that he was on his way home from dinner with his wife, Emily, and the married couple saw a UFO. Almost 100% EM, and I just saw a UFO drop straight out of the sky on our way home from dinner. We stopped and looked at each other and asked if either of us saw it, Mayfield tweeted. Very bright ball of light going straight down out of the sky towards Lake Travis. Anybody else witnessed this? I won't lie, I'm typically not someone who buys into UFO talk. But all I know is I saw something tonight that I have never seen, and I'm a little thrown off. Right? So, yeah, we got...
let me tell you, Cleveland has some sightings now. Over Lake Erie?
That was in Austin that happened, though, over Lake Travis.
Oh.
I don't know where he was, but, I mean, I know where he was, but you know what I mean. All right, so what else do we have? Okay, guys, look, check it out. You know, I know we're going like a little over tonight, but we got a UFO cult. So...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just thought you might be a little entertained with this, so we'll go ahead and play a short clip. So they're called the Raëlians, all right? And I guess they're a Las Vegas UFO cult.
Imagine that.
Yeah. So
boy, I wonder what they thought of the ship showing up the other day.
Right?
Your roof?
Shh. All right.
Are you shushing it?
Yeah, I'm shushing it. Shush, Foil. I'm shushing it. I was one of those people that muted the commercials before we could rewind the TV and fast forward it.
Oh,
I was on it too.
Very important.
This is a big weekend for the Raëlian movement. It was 35 years ago Saturday that their
look at his outfit.
Raël, a French journalist and race car driver, says he encountered the superior being who taught him to spread the word. But the being wasn't a god, Raël says.
This is hilarious.
It was an alien. Since then, the
Look at his
Raëlians'
outfit.
message of
Look at his
tolerance,
fake
nonviolence,
man
and
bun
atheism
on his
has
half-bald
spread to
head.
93 countries. A few dozen Raëlians, mostly artists and entertainers, live in Las Vegas and have planned a 3-day celebration. But when they went to McCarran Airport,
they got thrown out of the
airport.
Arrival
of their leader, things
Imagine
got
that.
ugly.
Airport services coordinator came and
I wonder why.
You can't be here. Yeah, we asked.
They're
why.
not real
He
big
said,
on
"You just
cults
can't be
these
here." So
days.
We're waiting for our religious leader to arrive. He'll be here in any minute. And we'll be on
Probably
our
wasn't the best thing to
Moore
say,
says
buddy.
The airport official Socrates Cherry
Right.
called Metro Police, who politely but firmly told the group to either leave or be arrested. But again, without citing a rule or law they were breaking.
If we're breaking a rule, we'll stop it immediately because we always follow the rules. We never break laws. And
All right, so yeah, we don't have to go too much into the UFO cult.
This guy in his Hollister shirt.
We just thought we'd share that, yes, we have a UFO cult. They're called Raëlians, and they're out of Vegas. And, yeah, I don't know how I even stumbled across this, but I did, and I thought I'd share it with you guys.
Don't drink the Kool-Aid, man.
Man, yeah. Stay away from that Kool-Aid. All right. So this is... this is creepy, dude. Ready?
Man.
Creep factor, maximum creep factor. Look at this.
Creeptastic.
This is there you go, Foil. It's creeptastic. Here we go. Check this out. I don't want to ruin it. Let me try to rewind it. Reddit, man. Reddit recon.
I'm telling you, my Reddit recon.
All right, listen.
I told you.
Hell no.
Yeah. I am. I put a code on video. I started recording since I ran out there.
Okay.
Can you imagine?
Nope.
Man, can you even imagine? I'd be like, what?
I told you.
Man.
Oh no, you hear that, you know what's about to go down. Like, there's no questioning.
So that's the sound from, what's that movie?
War of the Worlds.
War of the Worlds, dude. Yeah, I think people are trolling people at this point, dude. I think
Man,
the bad guys. I think the bad guys are just trolling everybody because they all know that we know it's the end times, and they're just
theoretically.
Trolling us. That's what I think.
It is in Chesapeake, Virginia. Maybe it's like a ship's air horn or something. I don't know, but either way,
it's
if I hear that, you're gonna have to come get me out of the bunker, man.
Man, I'm scared.
I'm not waiting for the tripods to show up, yo.
Yeah. Well, I I lost the foxhole again. Yeah, you're right. Twitch does that. It makes it to where the other stuff doesn't
I'm telling
work.
you, it's the weirdest thing.
Hello,
I have to
Twitch.
I have to stream separately to Twitch. Right? Hello.
Man, I need one of those War of the World horns, dude, to just troll people. Can you imagine how great that would be?
Don't call me with that shit.
I'm gonna show up at your house and then bust one of those out full. Be like, ah! She'll start running. They're coming. She will too. She'll run. All right, so let's see. So that concludes the UFO portion of the show. I hope you guys enjoyed the UFO cult. That was interesting. Now on to space weather with Alexis.
Space weather with Alexis.
Space weather with Alexis. Beep bubble beep. Beep bubble beep.
Hello again and welcome back to another space weather update. My name is Alexis of AscensionDiaries.com, and boom, there is the CME that we're going to be talking about today. We have a few space weather things I'm going to bring up that has happened since I've seen you last. I took last Sunday off. I've missed you all. If you'd like to stick around for the extended version of this video, just keep watching. But for right now, we're going to get into the very small summary. So here it is on the 3rd and the 4th, the CME energy that exited the sun. That takes about 3 days to hit, so the 6th and the 7th were the more busy days according to this energy. And as we can see, we're not expecting too much impact here. It's not too intense, and over the next few days we're not seeing any more intense impact, but there is evidence that that could change. We currently have some coronal holes opening up, which is implying that we have some solar wind speed coming in, which we do indeed right now here at 2:46 p.m. here in Arizona, which is mountain time, but soon we're going to be switching to Pacific time. Fun fact. We have 756 kilometers per second, which is our average is 400. So we're getting a heightened amount of solar wind right now. So if your body's a little sore, that might be why. Keep your eyes on the solar wind speed for sure. And we had a small geomagnetic storm on the 6th. So just yesterday, we reached medium levels again of geomagnetic disturbance, possibly from those blasts that came out on the 3rd and the 4th that I just showed you. And this might have been them showing up for us here. But what did show up but didn't show up was the Schumann resonance for us. Over the last week, we've been watching the Schumann resonance rise in amplitude in the lower frequencies, the very low frequencies of our electromagnetic field of Earth. And we've been watching those amplitudes rise, and we were watching it rise and rise, and I was like, okay, here it comes. Here comes an ion avalanche, and boom, there's 20 hours of data missing from that. So unfortunately, we didn't get to watch the data avalanche, but the lack of data is also pointing to me that there very much could have been a decent amount of blasts that happened over Russia. All the charts are blank and have gone to really quiet status afterwards. And even in Italy and in other parts of the world, I didn't see anything significantly intense to worry about when it comes to these blasts. South Africa is still going off more so, and a little bit more energy in Lithuania, it looks like as well. But yes, very, very normal. So it's strange, you know, Russia's blocking it, but everywhere else seemed that data hasn't actually popped in yet here on this website. This is only from the 5th, so that data hasn't even come through yet. So we'll see. But the overall global consciousness dot is a green, and we had a lot of green, a little bit of yellow and oranges today. Not too much in the blue, but we're doing good. We're moving through it. So I just hope you enjoy these reports. I appreciate you all. Thank you for coming over to my channel and watching the extended version of this video. Until next time.
Beep bubble beep. Beep bubble beep. Yeah. Thank you, Alexis. We love your space weather section.
We love the space weather.
I have added Alexis' PayPal link, donation link to Foil. My words are just failing me right now. I have added her
description below?
Yes, to the description below in the Alexis Weather Girl section. The very last link is her donation link. If you appreciate the work that she does, please consider donating to Alexis. She puts a lot of work into the space weather updates, and we really, really appreciate her here.
We love it.
Yes, and check out her channel and the other shows she does. She's a great light in this
She
community.
does classes too, right?
Yeah, she does classes. She teaches space weather and all that stuff. She's fantastic.
Look at that.
Yes, we love Alexis. Okay, so that about wraps it up. Got a few announcements tonight, guys. As I was telling you earlier, I will be on with White Hat tomorrow discussing disclosure and the ET topic. That will be at 9 p.m. Eastern on White Hat's channel. Tessa, Drink with Tessa, Detox with Tessa, will be on the Keystone channel Monday for her Great Awakening show, which I believe is 4 p.m. Pacific time. They will be discussing mods and AI and that kind of stuff. So definitely go
mods like body mods.
Check that out. No mods as in moderators for the shows.
Oh.
Yeah, so
awesome.
Definitely go and check that out. And I know Keystone's going to be doing an educational video, which is going to describe how to organize your Telegram. Because those of you that have moved over to Telegram, your Telegram will get insane and you won't see stuff because it's nutty unless you organize it into a filing system. Keystone taught me how to do this. She's taught a lot of people. She's going to do an instructional video on how to do it. So that'll be a tremendous help when that comes out. Please share that around and help her get that out so people can figure out how to organize it so it makes sense more like Twitter used to for us, okay? Okay, so my interview with Mary Rodwell on Crystal Children will be out tomorrow at 11 a.m. Pacific time. I will be there to hang out with y'all, which will be cool because it won't be live. So definitely check that out. And on Wednesday, John Paul Rice will be on with me live Wednesday evening, 6:30 p.m. Pacific. That'll be on all platforms, should be. Yeah. So, yeah, that about concludes it for the announcements. Big thank you to the moderators for your hard work.
Awesome job.
Thank you so much, both on Foxhole and on, well, all the platforms. Thank you so much for what you do.
Did we thank Sandra Anderson? I see a chat here from her.
Feel free. I was going to write it down, too, because I didn't want to get distracted. Thank you, Sandra, for your super chat. Yeah, thank you for all the people that donated and super chatted tonight. Thank you so much
we love you guys.
For your love and support, you guys. We really, really appreciate it. And, yeah, well, Foil, do you have a burning desire?
Yeah. Guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe on your way out. You can follow us on all platforms. Obviously, our links are in the description below. You can donate to Space Force News live directly at loyaltothefoil.com. Just specify that it's for Space Force News. Also linked in the description below. My link tree's down there. It's down there. Guys, make sure to meet us here next Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. No, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern. Next Sunday for another awesome episode of Space Force News Live. Keep your eyes on the skies.
I'm gonna have to mess up the outro to tell. Somebody put one Keystone's link over on Foxhole? People are asking about that show and where they can find her. So can somebody drop that link over on the Foxhole? Thank you very much. So yeah, after you know her spiel, I usually do mine, and that all got messed up now, but that's okay. We are your news in this dimension and the next. Good night, space peeps.
Deuces.
We will see you next Sunday. Have a wonderful evening. We love you.